A casino where magic can be used. The dealer activated the skill magic seal. The cards lit up with red light, allowing the cards to be immune to magic. He had already secretly looked at the cards, and they were 2JS. His opponent was our protagonist Kang Jin-hyuk. He gently pushed the chips forward and raised the bet. Kang Jin-hyuk, however, was feeling out his chips, not in a hurry or a rush. He placed his hand on the vast amount of red chips in front of him and calmly pushed them forward. All in. The onlookers were all shocked. Oh my, there must be millions of chips here. Are you going to call the bet, little dealer? Of course, he was confident in his own cards, even though they were just 2JS. But in that moment, the skill was activated, a magical technique, change cards. Haha, I've won for sure. Hand over the chips honestly. With a snap, the cards were flipped over and they were still 2JS. In that moment, his heart stopped. How could this be? I clearly used a skill to change the cards, but Kang Jin-hyuk was calm and pulled out 2KS. Oh yeah, it looks like my luck is pretty good. You lost. However, the dealer did not notice that behind him, the goddess of balance was standing and Anubis's judgment had taken effect, disabling his skill. And Kang Jin-hyuk's red eyes were also the sign of his SSS level skill, the Eye of Greed, which allowed him to use mind reading. Otto! I'll take all of these chips then. Just then, a commotion broke out as several angry bodyguards surrounded them. The sound of punches being thrown filled the air. Sir, I don't know how you won so much money, but unfortunately, you have to come with us, one of them said. Little Khan furrowed his brow. Oh, is this how you treat your guests? He sneered. Someone who wins so much money and then runs away is not our guest. The man was the casino manager. Take this brat straight to the room, he ordered. But before he could finish, one of the bodyguards flew over their heads. What the hell is going on? They turned to see that Kang Jin-hyuk had stood up, his eyes red and fists clenched. Oh yeah, I just remembered something. What was it? Oh, right. Here, whoever loses is a fool. The winner takes all. The bodyguard fired a shot, but Kang Jin-hyuk bent down and dodged it, shattering a vase behind him. He then approached the man and pushed him into the ground, holding him down so tightly he couldn't break free. The onlookers cheered as they watched the spectacle, but Alice remained calm. Hey, bartender, another round please. This cocktail, called the Kiss of Fire, expresses the fiery passion of lovers. Fiery passion. Huh? It's been a long time since I felt that. Hey, by the way, don't you think it's getting a little hot around here? Kang Jin-hyuk was almost burning down the entire casino. The vampire lord took a sip. Life is truly lonely like snow, isn't it? The casino manager was in shock. Oh my god, what kind of monster is this? Dozens of bodyguards can't take him down. Where are the A-class hunters we called for backup? Why haven't they arrived yet? He was starting to feel uneasy. Even though this place was outside the law, no one with limited personal strength would dare to go against the organization. Why was this man so bold? Suddenly, a subordinate came to report to the boss. Boss, quickly look at this. Red Hair looked at the news on his phone and was shocked. What the hell? This guy Kang Jin-hyuk is actually the S-class hunter that was announced a few days ago? S-class. Oh my god. That's the top of the awakened ones. How did someone like that end up in our shop? With his destructive power, if he keeps going, the whole casino will probably be turned to ashes by him. The boss shouted, "Everyone stop!" The boss pulled his shirt and unbuttoned his buttons. Is he going to personally intervene? Sorry, Mr. Kang Jin-hyuk, we didn't recognize you and offended you. The boss immediately knelt down. What is the saying? No, the current affairs is a hero. Second submission. Kang Jin-hyuk was confused. My anger hasn't dissipated yet. How did you kneel down? Now it's not convenient to fight anymore. The boss continued to beg. Kang sir, please forgive us. Oh, now you know to be scared. You didn't say that when I was winning money earlier, but you are lucky, and I am merciful, so I won't hold this against you. But I just won so much money, and then you tried to welsh on the deal. I should be compensated for my mental anguish. Let me calculate. That comes out to $10 million. The chairman was shocked, but the situation was stronger than the person, so he had no choice but to give in. Watching the $10 million being transferred, Kang Jin-hyuk was satisfied. Okay, now I have enough to pay for the auction fee. At this time, a car drove up from behind and stopped in front of him. The car window rolled down. Is this the 11th guest? I will take you to the auction house. Yes, these two mysterious cars are taking Kang Jin-hyuk to a secret auction, the black market, where many precious hidden items that can't be bought normally will be sold. Finally, the car stopped in front of a luxurious mansion. Kang Jin-hyuk hadn't even stood up yet when the ring on his chest began to heat up. It was Alice, going crazy inside. Hey, dumb human, let me out! out! After injecting magic power, the high-heeled shoes landed, and the vampire's ancestor, Alice, made a dazzling appearance. Wow, the air outside is still better. This place is not bad. The high-class vampire should be in this kind of aristocratic place. As they made their way into the mansion, Little Khan repeatedly reminded them to act low-key and not draw attention to themselves. Hey, what's with that attitude? Who do you think caused all that commotion at the casino? As soon as they entered the auction hall, they could hear murmurs and whispers around them. From the occasional snippets of conversation they picked up, they learned that this auction was offering the heart of a fish dragon, a rare item, but as soon as they stepped into the mansion, they could smell a foul odor. Alice's nose wrinkled. What's that smell? Seeing that she was getting a bit nauseous, Kang Jin-hyuk expressed concern. But the source of the smell was right next to them, an old man with a skull-top cane. And standing next to him was the small, yellow-haired Alex Judro that Kang Jin-hyuk had previously defeated. Great! Now the old man is here too. The greed I activated. Didi, it's a level 30 Julius Cedric. The innate ability is Pyramid Guardian. Kang Jin-hyuk noticed this innate ability and remembered that it was a special skill only available to necromancers. Alice didn't hide her disgust, but Kang Jin-hyuk just laughed. Thanks to your student, I was able to have a pleasant flight. And he thanked the man for the gift he had given him. But just as they were about to leave, the old man stopped them. Jin-hyuk, sir, you don't think you can just walk away after offending our demonic human association so easily, do you? Kang Jin-hyuk pushed aside the cane and revealed his fierce expression. Oh, are you threatening me? Walked away without a second glance. Alice laughed and said, Hey, Jin-hyuk, those guys are really annoying. Do we need me to take care of them? It's free service, you know. But Kang Jin-hyuk replied, Forget it, your majesty. Let's focus on the auction. And with that, the two of them arrived at the auction. The auctioneer shouted from the stage, Ladies and gentlemen, the 11th black market auction is officially starting. First up, we have a meteorite fragment. Starting bid is $100,000. People began to raise their bids, and as Kang Jin-hyuk listened to the offers around him, he quietly chuckled to himself. If this meteorite is forged properly, the finished product would be worth much more than a few $1,000,000. He immediately raised his bid. Wow! The gentleman in white has bid $300,000. Excellent! It looks like it's been sold for $300,000. Lucky! But suddenly, someone else raised their bid card. I bid $1 million. Wow! Someone has raised the bid to $1 million. Kang Jin-hyuk was surprised as he turned to see that it was Alex Judro and his master. What are those two doing here? Did they also see the value of the meteorite? The auction continued with a variety of items being auctioned off. One of the items was a sealed mental ward catalog with a starting bid of $100,000. Kang Jin-hyuk raised his bid to $300,000 and the old man quickly followed with a bid of $1 million. Other guests were shocked. How can he bid $1 million again? The old man had raised the price 3 times in one breath. What did he want to do? Everyone was wondering, but the hammer fell and the old man won the bid with a price of $1 million. Kang Jin-hyuk was now certain that the old man was intentionally bidding against him. From then on, during the rest of the auction, Kang Jin-hyuk didn't even look at the item descriptions and just raised his bid, while the old man quickly followed with higher bids, $1 million, $3 million, $4 million. No matter what price Kang Jin-hyuk bid, the necromancer, Julius Cedric, would outbid him with an even higher price. Oh, $4 million! This old gentleman has bid a sky-high price. The bid is successful. Julius Cedric sneered. The little brat is trying to compete with me? He's still too immature. Alex Judro panicked. Teacher, do we really have to buy everything? Julius Cedric hit Alex with a stick. You fool, what if he gets what he wants? Although this will result in a loss. But Demonic Human Association has more than enough money. Finally, the last item of the auction appeared, the oldest international chessboard. Alice was bored, kicking her legs. What's the point of buying such a broken and cheap thing without even chess pieces? But Kang Jin-hyuk raised his bid card, $50,000. Julius Cedric immediately followed, but this time, Kang Jin-hyuk did not give in, and soon the price was raised to $1 million. Julius Cedric spat and swore, Old man, I bid $8 million, since he usually gives up at this point. But Kang Jin-hyuk raised his card again. $10 million! Julius Cedric revealed a vicious smile. Ha 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 ha! Finally found what you want. Old man, I bid $30 million. $10 million is your limit, Kang Jin-hyuk. Now you have finally lost to me. If you want this equipment, kneel down and beg me for it. Ha 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 ha! Kang Jin-hyuk was in a headache. This was what he wanted. He had reached his limit. On one side was the disappointed little Khan. On the other side was the victorious Julius Cedric. The auctioneer shouted, So, this item will be sold to Mr. Julius Cedric for a final price of $30 million, $100 million. Before the auctioneer finished his sentence, a cold voice echoed throughout the entire auction hall. Alice stood up from her chair, hands on her chest, coldly shouting the sky-high price. 100 million? The old man was stunned. She wants to spend 100 million on that broken chessboard? Alice then turned to look at little Kang. That's how to bid, right? Julius Cedric grit his teeth. It has come to this. We can't back down now. 100 million and 1,200 million. The vampire ancestor unhesitatingly raised the bid. The old man's mentality exploded. Why should we believe that you have 200 million in assets? The auctioneer was also sweating profusely. He's never seen such a scene in all his years. Madam, it's not that we don't believe you, but please, can you prove your assets? Oh, prove? Alice reached out and opened her personal space from the void. And in the next second, a mountain and sea of gold and silver poured out. Everyone around was stunned. The dazzling gold and silver and treasures. It made her look like a golden goddess. It's true, the vampire patriarch of the Radis family. The treasures she possesses are accumulated over the centuries, beyond the imagination of ordinary people. A appraiser picked up a crown. The dazzling reflection almost blinded the eyes. My God, just this one crown is worth more than 500 million. The old man was speechless. Oh my God, just taking a crown is worth 500 million. So, is this little girl who is only 1.5 meters tall the real boss behind Kang Jin-hyuk? Little Kang was also shocked by the queen's domineering. Wow, I can't see that you still have this hand. Well, thank you, but is this money too much? Alice snorted coldly. It doesn't matter. I have too much inventory and I want to clean it up. Not for you. I just don't want those two annoying guys to make my contractee lose face. On the other side, Julius Cedric stood up without a word. Since we can't compete with financial power, let's use Plan B. He turned and left. His apprentice, Alex Jadreau, grinned. I've been waiting for this sentence for a long time, teacher.